Don't.
Don't what?
Don't give me hope.
What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. So, I actually am on board with the Jessie Bates going to the Falcons train, just like probably all of you are, as Jessie Bates is a very well-respected player in the league, has been to a Super Bowl, and, well, he's just a great safety. But how likely is it that the Atlanta Falcons get Jessie Bates? Well, I don't know how confident I feel in this. I feel mostly confident, but I would say we sit at a 60% chance of getting Jessie Bates, so just a little over 50%, which is good. So why do we sit at most likely? I mean, this is just me. I don't actually know if this is the actual percentage we get him, but this is how I'm feeling. I feel 60%. Why is that? We're going to go over the reasons for optimism for why the Falcons can get Jessie Bates for real. This isn't a video on why the Falcons should get him. We literally all know they should get him. It's more of a video of why it could happen. But there is just one negative that I do have to warn you about, which I will get to the end of the video. But at the same time, these reasons for optimism I think are pretty legit. Number one being the Falcons do have a bit of a relationship with Jessie Bates. Now, I do kind of want to keep this in mind. I don't think that the Falcons players are the only players that Jessie Bates has had dinner and conversations with. I think this is a bit of a job search with Jessie Bates. It doesn't look like he's going to be back with the Bengals, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to the Bengals because, after all, no offense to the Falcons, but the Bengals are a better team than the Falcons, and maybe he wants to stay with a Super Bowl caliber team. But it's not even just that. Like, it's a job search. Like, I'm sure he's probably had conversations with other teams. It's not just the Falcons. But we have proof that he has been with the Falcons, and mostly their superstars, with Kyle Pitts, AJ Terrell, and even Casey Hayward. Don't sleep on Casey Hayward. I still believe in him, but he's mostly talking to the Falcons defense and also the secondary players, which is, well, what Casey Hayward, Jessie Bates is what he plays. He's in the secondary. And, well, it's just nice to see that he's having a bit of a conversation with them and seeing how things are in Atlanta. And I know it was like the shortest video ever, but it seems like he's having fun. I guess, just eating food and talking to the Falcons players. Now, that's really big because I don't think that Jessie Bates has any sort of correlation to Georgia in general. Like, I know he's, well, this is what the internet says, but it says he's from Indiana and that he played high school in Indiana, and then he's from Wake Forest, which is in North Carolina. That's like the closest he's ever been to Georgia, maybe. And then he went to Cincinnati. So it's good to see that he has at least a relationship with the Falcons players. It would have been nice if he like played in Atlanta, and then like that would have been like an extra boost for confidence and, or well, not confidence, like optimism that he would come to Atlanta. But fact is, he has a relationship with these players. The second thing is the Falcons have the second most cap space in the league, sitting at either 56 million or 70 million in cap. And the Falcons literally cannot make any excuses if they want to pay Jessie Bates, because he's probably going to demand a lot. The Falcons can't really say they don't have the money. They can't really do what they always do every offseason, where they just like twiddle their thumbs and like hope for the best. No, like this time they have the money. Like, can we make it happen? Please get aggressive. And then the last thing is, well, I think Jessie Bates and the Falcons do know exactly how big of a need safety is. Now, I do like Jalen Hawkins. I actually hyped him up before the 2022 season started, and I did like the draft pick, but I'm also not going to act like he had the best season last year, and I do still hope for the best for him if we don't get Jessie Bates. And Richie Grant, he's probably going to be another starter for at least another year, but he also didn't have the best year, so safety is a bit of a concern for us at the moment, which is weird because I actually was saying that secondary was like the biggest strength heading into the year last year because we had Casey Hayward and AJ Terrell, and I believed in the two safeties, but I will admit the safeties did kind of disappoint last year, though I think part of that was because we didn't have a pass rush, and I don't know if this is like a reason for optimism that we'll get Jessie Bates. I'm simply just saying the Falcons do realize that our secondary needs a little bit of help, so they're bringing in a defensive line specialist to help improve the pass rush, and maybe we get a pass rusher in the first round of the draft, and Jessie Bates and everyone else on that secondary would really like a pass rush coming in, and maybe that's what the Falcons players were talking about when they were having that dinner is, hey, we're about to get a great pass rush, and we're all secondary players. We kind of would like to benefit from a great pass rush. And also we're just awesome players. So literally just come to us. So basically the reasons for optimism is there's a bit of a relationship with the Falcons players. We have the money for it and it is a need. But the one thing that you should keep in mind, and I know it's going to be so like disappointing to hear, like you're going to be like, really, we were waiting for him to say that. I'm warning you, it's the Atlanta Falcons. Like, every offseason, it seems like something could happen, right? I do want to believe that this year can be different because we have money. And I think we do have a much more aggressive general manager than Thomas Dimitroff was. I don't want to say Thomas Dimitroff wasn't aggressive, but I do think that he maybe paid the wrong players. Like, probably shouldn't have given Julio. I mean, I guess in hindsight, it looked bad. At the time, extending Julio Jones in 2019 seemed like sort of a good idea. And then the Devontae Freeman paying thing, that was just kind of weird. But Terry Fontenot, he knew Matt Ryan wasn't going to take us anywhere, got rid of him. We almost got Deshaun Watson. Honestly, thankfully, we didn't. Paying the right players, giving Jake Matthews an extension. Basically what I'm saying is I think Terry Fontenot knows how to manage money better than Thomas Dimitroff did, and his draft in the 2022 draft class at least has been very good. So Terry Fontenot has been showing promise, but it's still the Atlanta Falcons. This team is not a Super Bowl caliber team, and I do kind of have to warn you that Jessie Bates maybe would want to be on a Super Bowl team. No offense to us, we can maybe be a great playoff team, especially considering how our division is looking, but I don't know, it's the Atlanta Falcons. This is what they do every year. It's always a quiet season of just them twiddling their thumbs and getting like these maybe good players, like Lee Smith, like no one's heard of him, but like he loves to play for Matt Ryan. So like maybe it could work out. You never ever heard of Michael Pruitt. But like, I mean, you guys would probably rather see him get utilized than Kyle Pitts, so maybe it could work out. Maybe. There's this one cool running back, what's his name? Mike Davis. He played, he was in Atlanta, so, I mean, maybe it could work out. Like, so, it's just, watch out. This is the same exact team that pulls those crap moves like that. I know that was like probably disappointing to hear, but I'm just saying. But at the same time, the Falcons do realize that, Jessie Bates is not a player to mess around with, and this is a pretty serious situation. So let's hope that they prove me wrong, is the bottom line. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you guys with a video this Sunday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate you all for the support. And actually, before I end this, Sunday will be mailbag questions, and if you have not heard already, mailbag questions are back. And every single Thursday on my community tab, I ask for your mailbag questions, and whatever question you would like to hear answered from me is answered in a single video on Sunday. So if you would like a shout out for asking a question and hearing my thoughts on your question, that question will actually be answered in a video this Sunday. Those mailbag questions have been a lot of fun. Thank you for those questions. And sincerely, stay safe and rise up.